start recording. So, welcome everybody to the Power AMA on Sunday, May 15th. Like I said, I want to thank you guys all for hanging out, being one of the best communities. The FUD has kind of trickled away, and now we're left with just people who truly care about the project, even during the bad times when we have some bugs and gas issues and Phantom struggling. I'm going to be brutally honest. It looks like Phantom is truly struggling lately with its congestion, where it's been stuck at 1,000 plus gas GUI. And normally it's at 2 to 300 is its normal. So it's been struggling lately. I've been hearing lots of arbitrage bots and whatnot have been on the network, but nonetheless, it's not helping us and our gas issues. So again, I just wanted to say thank you to everybody who hasn't been what's the word I'm looking for? Completely brutal to us with the 3 weeks that we've been dealing with this gas bug. Because I do apologize. The whole team feels the frustration. We are doing everything we can at the speed that we can to try to fix this. It's not something we're ignoring. The entire team is focusing on it. Ronin and Pole's been with us what 11 days, you guys. He's already rewritten the migration code. He's already started implementing it, and we're doing testing with the community helpers who they can vouch and say, yes, they've seen some of the testing. But what happens is as we test, we find a bug. It kind of goes back to kind of get the code rewritten. And then Ronin has to update, the UI to try to keep up. So it goes back and forth between time zones and work schedules and then our day-to-day life. So with that, it is taking a little bit longer than normal. But I just want to say thank you to the community for understanding. We still have all these tickets open with everybody struggling with um, high amounts of nuclear nodes are the ones who are truly suffering because they can't claim our compound at all. Even if you try to up your gas or up your GUI, they can't. The other bug is Phantom and dealing with our code where you just got to up the GUI to keep up with the gas that's going on in the network. We've kind of laid that out twice, 3 times, I think, in announcements, and it kind of gets lost. If you don't have a high amount of nuclears, you should still be able to claim and compound. You just have to keep up with the gas on the network. You got to raise your GUI. I would start with 1,000, depending on what the gas bot is at, and then work your way up. I've done 2,000 GUI, and I think it comes out to like zero point 0.6 Phantom. So even then, if I want to get something through, I have to put it at 2,000 GUI just to send tokens or send something. So I just want to give you guys that heads up about Phantom and our code and what we're working on. Ronan, do you have any kind of anything else to add to our gas bug
Yeah,
update
yeah,
migration?
for sure. So, um, I realize 3 weeks in crypto is an eternity. I mean, look what just happened last week. We had a backbone of the entire DeFi structure, fall out from under us. So it's kind of crazy, but I want the community to understand that we are hustling. I know it's been 3 weeks, but um, Pole has been able to write an amount of code that shouldn't be possible in the time that he's been here. So I'm truly impressed by his skill and speed. Um, and what we're setting up here to fix these issues isn't just fixing the current gas and compound bugs. We're also setting up a bunch of structures so that if in fact there is problems in the future, we don't have this kind of downtime. We're implementing a proxy contract system so that you're not going to have to approve the contract every time we make updates. Like lots of solid stuff is coming from this update, but I need the community to understand that this is not um, lighthearted. This is not easy. This is not a small amount of work. And we're testing it like crazy because we're going to end up doing a migration, and we can't have this stuff fail on you guys. Like it's going to be messy. So we've already been waiting 3 weeks. We're really close, but you got to bear with us. I know that's all we say, but you got to bear with us because this stuff can't go. It can't go out to you guys broken. Broken migrations is not good for anybody. So please bear with us. We're testing like crazy. we've had a lot of success so far. We found some edge cases. We're fixing some edge cases right now to make the process as smooth as possible. And when we release it to you guys, we're expecting a smooth transition, and it's coming soon. It feels like we're finding weird stuff now, which usually when you're finding weird stuff in testing, you're really close to the end because all of the basic stuff is working. So it's super close. I've got some work to do tonight. We're doing some more testing tomorrow. And I don't want to stick my foot in my mouth here, but I'd say we're dangerously close to releasing, and I'd be surprised if it didn't happen, in the next coming week.
Oh, I was gonna say, you give a date, I'm gonna lose my mind.
I mean, it feels close. You know, we'll just have to keep the community updated if we find anything that pushes us out further. But
Yeah, no, we're
it,
definitely
it
pushing.
it feels close.
Yeah, and Paul, welcome to the stage. Thank you for joining us, brother. We invited
Hi,
Lou. How are you
I don't
today?
know if you hear me correctly because my mic is noising.
No, it sounds good.
You're
Oh,
crystal
okay.
clear, buddy.
Okay, so like we said, we implement the contract on the proxy. So with this now we can easily do some updates, and we can fix some bugs very shortly than now with the new proxy. Then we optimize every gas fees, because currently when you have a large amount of nodes, you have a large amount of gas fees, and now it's not the same because everything is optimized per 2 times or 3 times, something like that.
Yeah, it's a pretty
So
significant
yeah,
reduction.
we've done a lot of work.
Yep. Yeah. No, and truly appreciate Paul, jumping in here, because what we've kind of done is we're still trying to move in multiple directions, right? So Lou has been he created the lottery and he's working on that. And then Paul came in and he's working on the migration and helping us with the code for that. So Lou, so moving into that kind of conversation, Lou, dividing up the work a little bit while Cut oversees it. Um, trying to still move on two things. The lottery is out. We're trying to, you guys saw this week was pretty tough. I think it got up to $250 roughly for the lottery, which is still good. I got 7th place. I'll take it. But we're still trying to find a way. Lou's going to work on implementing where you can utilize your rewards. And I think this is huge, right? Where you can create a ticket, it'll pull energy out of your wallet, and then it'll pull from your rewards. At least that's what we're working on. Paul, talking to Paul and Lou, they both think it's possible. So I haven't had an update just recently. Have you guys seen any updates from Lou about that?
I have
No.
not.
Yeah, Lou's pretty good. He works kind of in silence, and then he'll come in and say that he's done. So I'll check up on him this week. But I wanted to give the community a heads up that that's being worked on, while Paul and Ronin are working on this migration and the proxy, which I think is awesome. And Ronan, can you guys maybe dive into what the proxy even means more for some people? I know you touched on it, but
Uh,
If you want, I
yeah,
can explain.
sure, either one.
So the proxy is a contract between the real contract. So when you will interact with our contract, you will interact directly with the proxy, and then the proxy will interact with the real contract. So we can easily change the contract without migrate every nodes, migrate every information will be stuck in the contract, because all the information will be stuck in the proxy, and just with that is easily to us to update and give you the best experience we can.
And that's great, because I've been part of some other projects where every time they make a change, they have to do a migration. So this is pretty cool. We're gonna do one migration. Everybody will have to pay for the, the approve and migrate once again. And thank God Phantom's cheap. But then moving forward, they won't have to. Correct?
yep, that's it.
Yeah, I love it. That's a great idea. So just giving you guys some updates on that. Let's see. I have. Let's see. So the lottery, Lou's working on that, and then protocol overall, right? So our main focus is the gas bug. I'm gonna be brutally honest. This is all we're truly, as a team, focusing on and getting it to test phases where we can test on the next thing, get the UI updated. We are looking into to help with the gas, and correct me if I'm wrong, Paul and Ronin, where you get to select how many you want to make, right? Up to 50, I think it was, Paul. So if we're gonna compound, let's say you have a crazy number of nodes, 1,000. Let's just 1,000 tokens and rewards. You can choose. I want to make 10, or yeah, let's say 10 nuclear nodes, which would cost 750 tokens, and the leftovers would be left in rewards. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
So if you want to compound, you will put a number of how many nodes you want, and then the rest of power will be directly taxed and send you to your wallet directly.
Oh, okay. So it won't stay in rewards. It still will be claimed.
Oh no, directly in the wallet.
Okay. All right. Well, that's
Staying
good.
in rewards, Renegade is like on the roadmap for the next update after this stuff is working.
Oh, okay. No, that's perfect. I just wanted to make sure
Yep.
it was clear, and I'm
No, yeah, we don't want the community to be surprised either. No, that's so it'll be, you know, fix what's glaringly wrong first, and then tweaks to make it better.
Yeah, kind of like what we're doing with the lottery. And I'm gonna be honest, I love what we're
Exactly.
doing with the lottery. We got it out.
Yep.
Everybody was upset. I'm gonna be even honest. We were called thieves because we didn't do automation with the rewards. And this week it was automated. And I hope everybody noticed that. I woke up and it was, I already had the tokens. What did I get? 13 power tokens because I got 7th place, but they were already in my wallet, which was awesome. So we are making adjustments. We have constantly kept our word. We're constantly keep moving forward and trying to make the thing, everything better. So as we move in, we'll fix the gas bug, which has been a big one that's been kicking our butt. And to Ronin's point, we'll just keep making it better as we go along. And then moving forward with the protocol overall, again, we're focusing on that. I know we have other stuff on our roadmap. Shadow, we've been talking about the signatures and trying to gamify or interactive nodes is what we want to call it. We haven't been able to dive into that, and I don't even think Pol has gotten to look at the documentation yet. I know Cut.
Not yet.
Have you seen the interactive nodes yet, Pol?
Not yet. But like I finished the gas phase issue, I can start another thing.
Yep, and
So I will look at.
Yep, that's our focus, right? We want to keep you. We didn't want to give you the entire list that we want to work on. We want to kind of focus on one at a time and tackle it. So 11 days you've been here. We don't want to give you everything on our plate right away. But yeah, so we that will be coming next. Interactive nodes, whether that's just signing every 30 days or the gamify that kind of Ronin and Shadow and the boys have kind of talked about and we've been sharing. We've got to get away from just a node protocol. And we got to find a way to create these being interactive and something you have to come and utilize. Yes, it's a type of node decay. That's something we've got to get to make this sustainable. As you guys can see with the emissions, the more and more nodes that are made, especially at this price, 63 cents, it's pretty easy to make nuclear nodes. And so at some point we got to kill off some that just don't want to be with us no more. You know, somebody who walks away for 3-4 months and then just doesn't care about us and then comes and claims 10,000 tokens and then sells really hurts us. So we want to make something just a little more interactive. We don't want to just say, hey, in 30, 60 days it dies. Good luck on your ROI. So we're trying to find a balance there. We've seen it happen throughout the space. We've seen different protocols who have that. The big question is hey, do I get my ROI out? And no protocol can ever guarantee ROI. But we are thinking of something in between where just be interactive, play with the games, enjoy I'm going to call what DB said again, the circus. Keep the games here, and we're going to see what else we can implement where you're utilizing the tokens, power, and energy for the protocol. So that's kind of where we're heading. That's kind of what we're trying to do. We're not there yet as we try to get through the gas bug. And that's kind of really all I have right now. You know, other than the market's just been completely brutal. truly hurts me to see Phantom at 38 cents. Um, I was DCAing down. I think I bought at 111 and then I bought at 101 thinking we could hold $1, and here we are. 38 cents. So the market as a whole is hurting, and I guess all we can do right now is kind of hold on. And I've seen some chatter in open chat, you guys. I truly still do believe in Phantom Network. I talk with a couple of the the Phantom Foundation people when we deal with our Phantom Validator, but I don't ask them if the project's going away. Kind of one of those questions you just don't ask. But you can ask how are things looking? What can we look forward to? How is Phantom gonna pull out of this? Those are questions I guess I could reach out and ask. But when you look at the market as a whole, it's going to be the same question or same answer that I'm giving. Right, the market's kind of hurting. So get through this ugly market, and we'll see where we can go. You guys got anything else before we open this up?
Nothing from me.
Shadow?
Nothing for me.
All right.
Yeah,
Shadow?
like I do have that gift card idea set up, but right now I just thought like I would delay it because the markets are bad and like who wants to buy gift cards when they're losing money type of thing. So I think once we have the gas bug figured out and people can claim their rewards, that's when I will launch the gift cards and people will be able to buy gift cards with their rewards.
And I think that's
That's
pretty
it for
big.
me.
I think that's pretty big. What kind of gift cards are we looking at?
We're looking at Google gift cards, grocery gift cards, Xbox gift cards, Best Buy gift cards, all types of gift cards.
I like it.
So the process will be that when you need a gift card, there'll be an email that you send an email to that you need these type of gift cards. Then I will get back to you with a quote, and then you will send that power to the merchandise wallet, and then I will send you the gift cards to your email.
Hey, that's pretty cool. I like it.
Yeah.
Gives us a little more utility. Something I know heard a couple other projects have used gift cards, and I want to say some people brought that to our attention, and there you go. As Shadow said, kind of waiting for us to fix the gas bug. I also will say, when we do fix the gas bug, I'm going to talk to Cut because the gas bug is mostly around high amounts of nuclears. So I'm going to talk to Cut about, let's make sure we're keeping an eye on the over the counter so we can try to help all those who want to claim and sell, whether it's 1,000 or 500. See what we can do to try to help mass amounts of tokens being sold on the market, at least while the last 3 weeks with our bug. So I'll talk to Cut about that. Reach out to me and over the counter trade the tickets, you guys, and let me know what you guys are looking at to sell, and we'll make sure Cut's involved. That way we can try to help the protocol as best as we can. And with that, let's see. Let me come back over here. Let's show requests. Anybody want to come up, asking questions, concerns, topics? We're here. Raise your hand and I will bring you up. Swaply. What's up, Swaply?
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Can you? All right. Thank you for having me on stage. I really appreciate you giving me the time to ask some questions, and I really appreciate the work you've done on the project and with these AMAs.
Thank you.
Just start off with that. I have like 3 questions. I'm gonna start with my third one.
Okay.
Has it been discussed before? What would happen to rewards if we reached over 300,000 nuclear nodes created? That's my first question.
What would happen if we reached 300,000 nuclears? Wow. I'm hoping, because I don't think we're not even half that yet, correct? I'd have to go double check, but at 300,000, your put out is what's that? 70, 140, 220, 220 power tokens and emissions. If my math is right, maybe yeah, 220,000 tokens and emissions. So I'm hopeful that before we get to that point, we have our node decay in place. If that makes sense. right? Because our goal is to try to start
Yeah,
slowing the emissions down somewhat. Hey, what's up, Debs? Does that answer your question? I mean, at
but what would
300,000, because I've seen
well,
Chronos nodes. I think they crossed
yeah.
400. Was it 400,000 or 300,000? They've got a mass amount. I think we're
So,
only at 140,000 total nodes, roughly.
well, yeah, I would have to double check. I could
I'm
have
pulling
sworn
it
it
up.
was
I'm pulling it up.
180.
Don't worry about it.
I could have
132,000
sworn it was
total.
180. Okay.
Yeah, so we're not even half of
Okay.
300,000 total nodes, but that's a great question. I mean, in nuclear nodes we have 85,000 nuclear nodes, so we're not
Thank you.
even halfway there yet. But it's a good
Yeah.
question. That's a lot of emissions. So it's something
Yeah.
you can see why
Yes.
we're talking about node decay and a type of node decay.
Absolutely.
So okay.
Yeah, I'm
Yes.
actually working on a spreadsheet
All right.
right now that gets our daily emissions, and from there we can further plan on taxes and ways to make our protocol more sustainable.
Cool.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't have a concern. I believe you guys will be on it. My question was just, for to know because
Yeah.
it's something good to know. I don't believe it's been discussed before. And I pretty much tune into your AMAs.
No, that's a good question. I agree. It's something even before we got to 100,000 nodes, the team was talking about it. Like how, what do you start doing? Something we've been paying attention to is our emissions compared to Thor's emissions, our emissions compared to Chronos nodes, and we're watching. So, great question, and we're paying attention.
Well, I don't mean to like waffle on. So yeah, I'll go on with my second question. I know buybacks were implemented recently, but are buybacks keeping the price above 46 currently, or is that market equilibrium like taking effect that's keeping us at a cool price power?
So right now there is no more buybacks happening, or the buybacks that happened we spread out over, gosh, was it 5-6 days, guys?
Yes.
It was a script that was written by Cut. He purchased 100 I don't have it in front of me now. 100 and something thousand tokens off the market, and I want to say he was supposed to buy 150,000 was his initial goal. Was he's just gonna, whatever the cost was, he was gonna purchase 150,000 tokens, and it was a script where it was not it was between 1 and 8 minutes, and it was purchasing between 200 phantom and 800 phantom tokens. So it was something where people couldn't front run, and it was spread out. It really did a good job for us for that week, and it boosted us back up to 150.
Yeah.
But no, there's no more right now. So that was the buybacks that Cut had planned. We actually planned them a long time ago, and then we ran into some of the hiccups with Phantom where it just kept slowing it down and pushing it back. But right now the price is the market.
Cool. Yeah, that's really good. All right, my third question is can I have details, or may I have details on what's going on behind the scenes of marketing?
With behind the scenes with marketing. Okay. So I want to say we touched on it last AMA.
Oh, okay.
No, that's fine. And by all means.
Okay.
So we're in talks with Dime Labs. We have a contract sitting on our table. It's pretty, to me, it's a big price. $10,000 starting, up to $20,000 to do some PR, some marketing campaigns through them. And I got to look at the contract again. I want to say it's like a 3-month plan, if I'm not mistaken. And then at the same time, we're working with like a TikTok influence group who does like TikTok, Facebook. I don't think they do Twitter. Mascot's running that one.
I like it.
Yeah, so and that one's much cheaper. I think we're looking at about $3,500 for that one, where they're going to do 3 months, and I think 2 posts a week, where they're pumping us on TikTok, and that's something I think the team kind of talked about. We want to get on a different platform, right? Twitter is kind of saturated with this stuff, and we want to get out of that. We want to try to find some other places. So that's TikTok, and then Dime Labs is they're massive, so they're gonna help us with some PR, and then Telegram. I know we posted the Telegram in here, and a lot of people ask like, why Telegram? It's another place, and in my conversations with a lot of people, Telegram is used much more than Discord. Even still to this day, it's massive. So
Absolutely.
we have a
Yeah.
a guy who is helping us there, and I'm actually trying to get Cut to help me hire him full time so that he can run our. He is already running our Telegram. And doing everything he can. I've been sending him some small funds from my personal account to help him pay for some of the Telegram tools to, get us out there, get us on Telegram and have those conversations. So if you guys find Telegram, make sure it's only the ones in our official links, because I'm going to be honest, there are a lot of fake Telegram protocols, like for all of them. There's a fake Thor, there's a fake Vapor, there's a fake Red Lights, there's fake Power ones out there. So just be careful is all I want to say. Use the ones we have in official links. But yes, that's our marketing right now is Dime Labs, so TikTok, Facebook, social media group, and then also Telegram.
I like it. Thank you very much. Thank you for having me.
No, thank you for the questions. I appreciate you.
All right, man. I'll try to keep it coming then.
No, I like them. Good job. We truly appreciate you. And those are good questions. Anybody else? No hands. It's kind of quiet. Everybody just, like I said, the market's been kind of slow. Everybody just wants to see what's going on, which makes sense. Right here at Power, things have been it's a little slow. It's okay. The market's slow. We're going to keep moving. We're going to keep pushing forward for you guys and us. Remember, the mod team is investors as well. All of us started as investors and came onto the protocol, and we're able to help. And we're not going anywhere. We're still here pushing and fighting for you guys, and it won't stop. So I hope you guys see that. And I'm going to, oh, 2 more hands just came up. Reaper X and my man Neuromancer. I'm afraid of letting him on stage. Reaper, what's going on? You raised your hand first.
How's it going, guys?
Good. How are you?
Good. So I guess I had like a question about, like, I guess what's the future, I guess, thing that is gonna set power apart from like everything else? Like, I give you an example. I guess, for example, Vapor is doing their Vapor chain and their stuff. Thor is doing the game, and they're gonna get their own like marketplace. Like, what is Power doing to, like, I guess, put themselves apart and have like long-term like financial like backing?
Well, and that's where this, I'll be brutally honest here, that's where the struggle is for this mod team, right? We all came on and we've kind of taken over a lot of responsibility and have been helping. We're trying to keep it alive, and we're trying to do things with what our minds can come up with and throughout the space. Bringing on Pole and bringing on Lou, I'm hoping we can start having conversations about that specific scenario. Like, what else can we do? I've reached out to Cut about our own decks on Phantom, which I don't think would be a horrible idea, seeing what Spirit Swap went through the other day with a hack. And then also Spooky is kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? I love Spooky Swap, but it needs to be updated. We need a better swap on the Phantom chain. So I reached out to Cut on about that. I want to say, Dabs, you guys correct me if I'm wrong, didn't Lou build one already? I
believe he helped build Spirit Swap or something.
Correct. So we have that ability with him and Pole. Something we could do. Cut even mentioned that's a massive undertaking, and it is. As you guys do know, I'm part of the Vapor team, and that's a huge undertaking. So those are some things we've thought about as well. But right now, it's going to be our interactive nodes, right? I don't see very many nodes going in that space where you're utilizing the tokens in your system to then gamify the nodes a little bit. How does that bring in more revenue? That's something we're not, I'm not a developer. I haven't had to go down that road. I'm trying to find a way to keep these nodes, I guess sustainable is the word I'm looking for. I'm trying to find a way to keep them sustainable with the system we have in place. And I'm going to lean on Cut and Pole and Lou here in the future and try to find another avenue for us to start bringing in revenue. and that's just being honest.
Because honestly, that's kind of my only like concern that I see with power is like, you guys we have a good community. We got good people that in the community itself, and I feel like that's kind of the things we're missing. We're missing something that longevity base is gonna keep giving us like consecutive and more revenue. I think we're just completely missing that. And I know you guys in the past talked about like degrading the nodes. Is that something that they're still thinking about doing?
Yeah, well, it's the emissions conversation, right? So it's the gamifying and a slight node decay conversation. They're like, how much, if you're not interacting and you're not being part of the gamifying that we create, then you'll know your node will start to trickle down in rewards, right? That's the idea that we have in our head right now is, let's say weekly, and I'm going to let Ronin kind of maybe explain it a little bit better. He had a really cool storm idea where, we're in the generation, our power generators, there's a storm and it's affecting your nuclear nodes because it's a storm and it's making the emissions come down a little bit. So rather than paying 0.7, it takes it down to 0.4 or 0.5, and then each day you don't touch it, it keeps kind of trickling down until you come back and you interact with it in a way. And we haven't figured this all out. Do you have to give it a little bit of energy? Do you have to feed it a little bit of power? And we're not talking crazy numbers, but it creates a way where it's a node decay with a fee involved, but we're not trying to get like where Thor is, where you're paying AVAX, which costs more than your token. So we're trying to find a way to make them interactive, but with a decay involved. And I truly think it's needed. Nobody wants to hear that, but when you start having 130,000, and the question that we've seen, the very first question that came out was, what happens when you get to 300,000 nodes? When you have that many nodes, it's holding your price down, because you have people who are just holding tokens, waiting for any kind of price movement, and then it's dumped. As you guys saw during the buybacks, I want to say there was a $16,000 sale, which was at $1.10. What is that? 15,000 tokens. Who's holding that many tokens? And there's people out there holding them. Lots of tokens, 30,000. So
that's great. That's crazy. Someone's holding that many tokens. That's absolutely nuts.
Yeah, well, and I want to say me and Shadow were looking at it one day, trying to figure out all the wallets. You guys can see it on Phantom Scan, but we don't know all the wallets we have now because of V2. It transferred over, and I've kind of asked for some updates. But there's a lot of contracts now, right? We have the lottery contract, we have multiple contracts with the tiers, so it's hard to figure out which each contract is. But the ones with the high amounts of tokens are our tier contracts. But then you start seeing like 11,000 tokens, 15,000 tokens. I don't think those are us. So then you're like, okay, we'll see those kind of get dumped. And I want to say Shadow pointed one out, that there was one that was like 16,000 tokens were dumped during the buybacks. So yeah, things we're trying to figure out. A lot of people don't like to hear the node decay. I want to make ours different. I don't want it to go, hey, after ROI, it's gone. Because there's no guarantee.
Yeah, because a lot of people probably won't even make ROI if it's like that.
Correct. And so we're trying to find something different. We're trying to find a way to gamify it. So that's the idea right now. It has not been fleshed out completely. So just giving you heads up. That's where we're at now with the revenue stuff. There's a lot to work on, and I wholeheartedly agree with you. We do need a stream of revenue. We need a way to constantly pay out these emissions. This protocol has a debt to the investors. There's got to be a way to pay for it.
Yeah, and it's not that too. I think you guys be coming up with some great ideas, but you guys rely a lot on Cut and his decision. But the thing about it is I'm not trying to make fun or nothing like that. It's just at the end of the fact, like sometimes there's times where you got to just do things, even if there's some and make sure the contract is not of course, hackable or nothing. But there's gonna be some mistakes. But sometimes it's good to have an idea, put it out there, see if it works. If it doesn't, move on, keep going. But then I just feel like sometimes Cut seems to okay, well, let's slow down. Like the lottery, you guys could have done that a long time ago. A long time ago.
In all fairness, man, the lottery was conceived, produced, and shot out there in less than a week. So could we have done it months ago? Yes, but the idea wasn't there.
Yeah.
And Cut's been he doesn't have an iron grasp on this stuff anymore. Like he's been transitioning it a lot to the entire team and really relying on us for input. And it's definitely not a dictatorship anymore.
Yeah, well, and the it's not that we wait on cut, right? And that's a good thing and a bad thing, right? This was not my project. I didn't make this project. None of us on this team made this project.
Nope, none of us.
Yeah, so that's the balance, right? Is it's still all the funds are with cut, all the approvals and contracts are with cut. Ronin and Paul and Dabs and Lou have access to the contracts, and we're implementing as we see fit. But when it comes to needing, $45,000 to fund a DEX, that has to come from cut. You know what I mean? That kind of stuff, it gets a little bit more difficult in that conversation. But it's not that he says no. It's just we need him to, hey, let's start making this, and he has to make that decision because, or also in any ideas. Again, I'm not a dev, so when I make up harebrained ideas, I don't know if it's doable. Me and Shadow talking ideas, and we're throwing things at each other like, what about this? What about that? And neither one of us are a dev, and we have no idea if it's possible. But that's what happens. We start talking. The team starts talking. Ronan's idea with the interactive nodes, kind of mixed with Shadow's signing idea, was I loved it. I thought it was a good idea. Make them kind of like a game. You have to fight off storms, and we don't know how that works. Pole's hearing this for the first time, and he's going, "Oh Lord, what are these guys going to make me do?" But that's where we're at, Reaper.
No, like I said, like you guys come in and out, and you guys take the questions, the hard questions, and I appreciate the fact that you guys are, here and want to kind of like take more charge of the project, and I appreciate it.
Thank you, and I'm glad you see that because this team right here, from day one, we've been here, we've been fighting, we've been through worse. During that January time, December and January, and we all could have left. We all could have just said, man, this isn't our job. This isn't our project. We don't need to be here. And all of us stuck it through. I remember waking up in the middle of the night and us having an AMA to calm the waters, to calm the nerves of everybody. And these guys are like family to me now. I'm actually Mascot's not here because he's on vacation. I'm actually gonna get to see him, I think, Friday. Me and him are gonna meet up in Las Vegas next Friday. So it's kind of exciting with this team that has become my family. We're fighting here with you guys side by side, day in and day out, to make this project for you guys. And I hope you guys see that.
No, I definitely do.
Let me just add something here, Reaper. The thing was Cut was trying to do everything himself type of thing, but now we brought on 2 devs. So first we brought on Liu, and then we had iTeam. iTeam was not cutting it, unfortunately, so he also delayed us a little bit.
Yeah.
But Paul is putting in he's doing awesome work right now. Liu is too, and Cut goes over everything. So right now, I feel like we're really gelling together, and everyone's coming together, and we're gonna succeed people's expectations moving forward. That's the hope here, and I hope everyone has faith in the protocol still. It's easy to give up, but we're not here to give up. We're gonna keep going until this thing just finishes off itself. But we're not just gonna quit. We're not just gonna rug pull people. That's not what we're here to do. Like Renegade said, we're a family, we are a community, and we have each other's backs. Okay.
Good question though, Reaper. I appreciate you coming up. I think it was good. You get your answer?
Thanks. Yeah. I got the answer, and I appreciate you guys again. At the end, I'm also here for the long run because in many ways I don't have a choice. But at the end, at the end of the day, I want to see this project succeed because at the end, it's a good community and you guys are great. So you guys always, like I said, every MA that I've been to and I hear, and you guys are always taking questions, no matter how hard they are, no matter how, and you guys don't stray away, and I appreciate that.
Thank you, sir. I do appreciate the recognition there. I do. Thank you. All right. Yes, sir. You have a good day. Nero.
What's up, brother?
What is up?
How you doing, man? Oh, I didn't appreciate I don't know if I want to let him up, but that's cool. I get you. I know I'm inappropriate most of the time.
No, I'm kidding. It's a joke. It's a joke.
No, brother, I know. So I got a few easy questions. Number one, I wanted to say I appreciate your tenacity and commitment to the protocol, the entire team. I'm always the guy who roots for the underdog because I am the underdog as well. I've come from a messed up background, and really appreciate the commitment that you guys have been putting through. I think you guys are, when you say you're dedicated, I believe it, that you guys are fully sincere when you say that. And I appreciate that very much. And I'm sure many others do in the community.
Thank you.
First question I had was, are you guys, I know we're all working for utility with power. Are we doing that in tandem with utility for energy or the governance portion of energy? Or is it like, let's figure out power first and then we'll deal with energy later?
So the conversations we're having is finding a way for both. Andos isn't here, and I think we're waiting for kind of a direction with like our NFTs conversation, like which direction we want to go. But it includes power and energy, right?
Gotcha.
And there's been a lot of conversations like Power or Thor did their NFTs, and everybody asked why didn't they use Thor tokens to purchase, and I truly think it's because if they get AVAX, there's a more profit there. Our conversation on this side is give our tokens a utility, whether it pumps the price or not. I would rather and these guys can back me up. I would rather the project have utility than the project have more funds, if that makes sense, right? So
Right.
Putting more into the treasury doesn't really make me feel better. And yes, it looks like it's a number, but what is it doing for us right now, right? When we first started off was to build treasuries and then investments. And if anybody wants to go through our current investments, they're not pretty.
Right.
So I don't feel that's the way to go anymore. Maybe I'm wrong. Obviously the team is gonna work. We're all gonna work together on this, but I want to create utility for the token. So when it comes to NFTs or whatever we're utilizing, for instance, the lottery, it takes both. If you notice, right? We wanted to utilize both tokens there, and how we can make that ecosystem work. So the goal is to use both or one or the other, at least, not just one. So that's my answer.
But my question was more on the development side of it, like, or is one taking precedence over the other, for the immediate future, or are they being worked on at the same time?
I got you. Okay, so power, I would say then power is probably the immediate attention, obviously with the giving power utility as that's our nodes, and then energy will be try to trickle in anything we build out.
Understood. Thank you. Second question, with the buybacks that you guys did, was the power burnt or was it sent back to the reward pool?
It better have been sent back to the reward pool. Actually, I asked Cut and I haven't checked on it, but it has to be sent back to the rewards pool. With these kind of protocols, you can't burn your rewards, and I say that because these Ponzi schemes that they were built on. If you burn those tokens, you're burning your runway, right? So let's just say we have 100 days. We burn 100,000 tokens. We just burned 40, I'm throwing numbers out. I'm not doing math. 40 days. So it have to be put back in. So yes, the energy was burned, and energy is not utilized in the emissions. So energy is being burned every single time on lotteries and anything else we can find it, we're burning it.
Gotcha. And with that in mind, since it's being pushed back into the reward pool, isn't it better to run the buybacks now while we can pick up power for cheap?
Well, so we did. So we did the buybacks. I want to say it started at 80 cents.
I'd say 60 something cents, maybe.
Yeah, it was 60. You're right, because you're right, because I think it was like 67, and we got it all the way back up to 150. Now that obviously created some more, people saw green candles, and that was the idea, was to spread it out and show more buys. So the next buybacks, those are going to be up to Cut, right? Where's the funds coming from? The treasury, right? That kind of ties into where's the revenue stream coming for to do that, right? To support the price. We could burn all the treasury, and then at some point that's just gone, and there's no more backing. So it gets into a deep conversation there.
It's a fine balance.
Yeah.
Understood. Thank you for that.
Yep.
And my last one, and it's only because it's rumor, and I don't subscribe too much to rumor, but it did pique my interest.
Mm-hmm.
On the off chance that that FTM collapses, right, which is probably really remote, right? Yeah. Does Cut have any contingency plans for power should the protocol fail? Like, is that ever something that's been in discussion? Like, holy shit, if what we're doing, the chain that we're running on collapses, we need to jump over to Poly or AVAX or something like that. Has that ever
Yeah.
been a conversation amongst you guys?
Hut did mention about, having to build our own chain if it came down to it. So
Mm,
I believe that's in general chat somewhere. I'll have to look it up, but he has said it before.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
but to build your own, I mean, I would love to build our own chain. I know Phantom doesn't do subnets like AVAX, so that gets kind of concerning. But if Phantom was to fail, I don't. We'd have to probably pause contracts. We would kind of have to. It would be a nightmare. I don't even want to think about it, but it'd be a nightmare. Everything would have to kind of pause, even rewards, and then try to migrate over everything onto another chain. But the ripple effect of a Phantom chain collapsing would be massive, right? It's one of the
Yeah.
So I haven't had direct conversations with that, and if he's seen, I haven't seen that conversation where Cut said that. If he did say that's awesome, I would hope he's probably trying to do that now, but it would have to be a pause on all contracts. We're all picking up pieces and trying to move over to AVAX or Poly. But I've heard very similar conversations about Poly too. But we get in these markets. I think Phantom's
Yeah.
going to make it. I truly do. I think the teams are too large to just want to give up on something. We go through these markets and people start talking about giving up. I think once you give into that give up, that's when it truly fails. But a Phantom chain, that would be massive. You'd see even AVAX and them suffer the brunt of that. You know what I mean?
It would be, like a nuclear winter for everybody it'd be real bad.
You're
But,
talking mass amounts of funds. I mean, I have a pretty good size of bag of Phantom that.
As do I, my friend.
would-
I've especially been buying, at these prices, on the off chance that something really takes off.
Oh yeah, no, I have belief in Phantom and I love it. It's just I think what I've seen and being part of the Phantom Foundation conversations, I'm in their Telegram where they update for Phantom validators. Phantom only has, I want to say it's like 111 validators compared to AVAX, who has, I think they have like 1,200. And that's a
Wow.
huge difference, right? And,
Yeah.
and you can see it with our gas. We're having mass amounts of gas issues. You start getting one protocol, and from what I've been reading, the top 3 gas consumers on Phantom have been arbitrage bots,
Right.
which is
Yeah.
crazy. So that's not good if 3 bots can take up all the congestion. So they've got to build out. They've got to incentivize. I've seen a couple votes where it costs 500K Phantom to build to make a validator. There's been a couple votes to lower that, and the people who get to vote are the ones who have
validators, probably.
Yes, and they voted no, and it's kind of
Of course they would.
Yeah,
because they would be diluting themselves at the same time, and the sentiment that comes with that, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, I think them lowering the entry price would probably benefit the protocol, where that vote by the people who own the validators right now is. I understand where their mindset is, but I think it might be more of a hindrance than they realize.
Agree, because you can see this. The network is struggling. I've been telling everybody you have to up the GUI to 2,000, and that's just for me to send some tokens to you. I have to up it to 2,000 just to send tokens, and that has nothing to do with power. So it's been frustrating, and I hope that doesn't happen. You're gonna make me go say some prayers now, because.
No, man, just throwing it out there. Just wanted to think more. It's not making it a thing about Phantom, but making it more about power to see if we had a contingency plan in place should something like that occur.
I haven't had direct conversations about it, but you're gonna make me do it. So
yeah, just out of curiosity. And my last question, I promise. The devs that we have right now, right? Love that you guys have added on people and eliminated the ones that weren't working out for us. Are they? I know that Cut is not a full-time dev, right? He's got a security analyst position that he needs to attend to as well.
Correct.
Or are the remaining devs full-time positions, or are they also part-timers?
Paul, I know, is kind of young.
Oh, he's full time.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm full time, but I'm a student, so I need to go to school the morning.
Yes. Yep, understood. With that in mind, are we still looking to bring on more devs, or are we on pause for a little bit with the way that the market is right now?
I think we need to see where we're at. Kind of the conversation with me and Cut has been, what if we bring somebody else on, what are they working on? Right. So now we have to have more ideas and more things to then keep people working. I think with the 2 devs we have working and Cut overseeing and then doing what he can, I think we're at a good place, and let's see how much we can start pumping out and pushing out once we get past this gas bug and this migration and the proxy. I think once we have all that in place, we'll be able to implement and do things a lot faster. But
Right.
I think we're at a good place right now. My next question is, to Cut is I need to hire on a couple more, community mods who can help, Telegram, and then also help in other parts of the Discord as we're sitting at 26,000 people. Yes, it's not that busy as the market tends to go in the downward spiral. People kind of back away and don't want to talk while money's down. But when money's up and market's pumping, Discord can be very busy.
Yeah. I remember it. Like let's say in the January, February, it is popping in here.
Yes, it's crazy. So I think we're in a good place right now with 2 and 2 extra devs and see what we can do and what we can pump out.
Gotcha. Well, thank you, brother. That's all the questions I have. I appreciate you guys very much and interacting with you guys on a daily basis. And let's keep fighting.
Absolutely, we appreciate you and your engagement in the Discord, man. I just on top of that, I want to say thank you to everybody else who's in there, having conversations, being honest, having fun, not being rude. I just want to say thank you. This community has been one of the best I've seen. I know we have our times from time to time. We get some people who just want to come in and poke. But people like you, Nero, I want to say thank you.
Nah, my brother, my pleasure, man. I'm sticking by your side, because of your guys' commitment, and that's what means the most to me.
Yep.
The long term and the commitment, man. Again, like you can't change that in a person. That's not something that you can teach somebody.
That's a fact. Appreciate you. Take care of my robe.
Yep. I will. And the slippers too, brother. Have a great weekend. All right.
You too.
All right. Thanks, pal.
Yes,
Bye.
sir. All right. Let's do this. Last question. Crypto Woo. Who?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Hey, just wanted to say great job, guys, on everything. Long time lurker here. I do have a question specifically about the buybacks and how it was decided to do the buybacks during that time. Was that some solely on Cut's accord, or did it involve you guys at all?
It involved a couple of us, me, Ronin. But I'm gonna be brutally honest. It was supposed to happen way sooner, and things just got pushed back. He created a script. He wanted to make it to where it was not something you could front run. You do see like protocols where they'll buy 20,000 at one piece, and I've seen it where they got front run. You right as you put it in to buy 20,000, a bot bought 20,000 and sandwiched you and already took a huge loss on it. There was a lot of conversation for Cut with trying to do this sooner, and it kind of just kept getting pushed back. And we finally, the team wanted it, brutally honest, we wanted it pushed out right after sliding tax. And the lottery, right? Tokens are locked up in the lottery, and let's create a nice little buyback during that time while people, have your tokens go up in value while they're locked up. And then there's also the sliding tax, because we were having mass daily sales. There's some people out there who have 400 nodes. I'm not even kidding you. I have a couple tickets open with that, and they can't claim or compound, which I'm frustrated with. But that's a lot of tokens, a lot of nodes on a daily that they were paying 10%, which is fine. It's just a daily constant sell. So that's the whole reason for the sliding tax was, hey guys, just hold on a little bit longer to where the price can recoup a little bit. It's nothing to do with, trying to make people pay 60%. It's nothing to do with that. It's giving the protocol time to have more buys in between all the constant sales. So that was the purpose of it. So our buyback was supposed to happen when both those were out, and having delays, having phantom issues. I think Cut wrote the script, correct me if I'm wrong, Ronin, and Phantom wouldn't allow it. Like the gas and the bugs, it wouldn't go. And so we spent like 2 days trying to figure out how to get the script to work, let alone the delay between the sliding tax and the lottery. So when the buybacks happened, it was finally ready. So we let it happen, right? This protocol, that was the very first, and we are 6 months old. That was the very first buyback. So we felt it was needed. I didn't care when it was. I felt like the community deserved a buyback. And how I think it went out, yes, we're back down to 61 cents or 63 cents. But we built up a nice little run there to bring in more people, to give back to some people who've been holding on or buying, whatever. I felt it was needed. So we got it out when we could.
Yeah, I definitely agree. It was definitely needed. It almost looked a little coincidental that the buybacks are going on during a time when holders weren't able to claim or sell rewards,
No.
which is
No, that was not even, that wasn't the bug that is stopping people from being able to claim and compound. We had no idea. And like I said,
Right.
we're beyond frustrated with it. Pole is working his butt off, and so is Ronin trying to get this fixed for it. So the buybacks, when the sliding tax came out, we didn't even know that it was a bug for mass amounts of nodes. And that's probably because of limited amount of testing, right? I don't have 400 nodes to test on a claim for such thing, right? So it's just the limited amount of testing on that section of it.
Okay.
Because everything
And
else
if I could chime in for a second, like the conspiracy coincidental stuff that starts floating around in the chat, like it's really frustrating for us because we're working so hard, and like the amount of energy and extra effort it would take to like engineer these conspiracies is like really silly, and when we don't have the bandwidth or capacity for it, like we are all honest, hardworking people. Like I wish the community could look into our brains and see that.
Well, yeah, no,
Well, I'm
it's
definitely with you guys. I'm not insinuating anything. I just
No,
don't
I
know if it was
didn't mean
discussed during the
to.
last AMA
Mhm.
or not. And instead of just reading the chat about what people think, I just wanted to bring it to say something aloud and just get your guys' thoughts on it. But
No, that's good.
yeah,
I appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely. I didn't mean to imply that you were saying that. It's
No.
just like, we see that stuff floating around. It's
Yeah.
like, oh man, like, come on, guys.
Yeah.
I'm not that smart.
Yeah, we're
I'm not
like,
that smart. No,
we don't have the capacity for it.
No, we did truly plan this, and let's go back before sliding tax. We were like, all right, Cut has finally agreed to a buyback. Thank you, Jesus. and he built out the script, and we're like, all right, hold on, Cut, let's not put out a buyback yet until we have the sliding tax, because that'll at least hold some people to go, oh, hey, it's moving. I can't constantly dump. We're like, let's plan out a good buyback here, and it just got delayed. We ran into issues, and it was just, it's finally ready, and we can do it. Please, just do it. Like, please get it out. We're going. It was 67 cents at the time, and we're like, now's the time. And then Phantom, I think that's what happened is we got it out. We started buying back at 67 cents, but then Phantom started tanking, right? Things started going the opposite direction. So what made it even worse? I still think our buyback was really well planned. It's just as Phantom was going down, we were buying less tokens because Phantom's getting less in value and Power was going up in value, if you guys remember. So it's just like, come on, hold your place, Phantom. So it was definitely planned to just try to roll it out in a nice, seamless fashion, but it did get delayed.
Okay. Last question. So until we get these high gas issues, get this issue fixed, we can probably expect a large amount of holders to start claiming and dumping rewards. Is that safe to say? Is there any way to offset that?
Well, and so the beginning of the AMA, and I'm glad you brought it up. I'm going to say it again for the 120 people that are here. I'm going to make an announcement once we finally get the bug fixed. OTC. I'm going to talk to Cut. Like if we have 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 tokens, people are building up, please over the counter, even if it's less than the $5,000. Anything we can do to try to help the protocol, especially from the high node holders, I'm going to try to get Cut to do over the counter for them. So that's at least the plan there. But that doesn't mean people will do it. I'm going to be brutally honest. I've seen the 11,000. I saw the 18,000. I saw a $17,000 sale, and not a single one came through over the counter. So it's kind of Frustrating.
That's frustrating.
Yeah, we're trying. Another thing the team is talking about, and we just haven't been able to get to it. Ronin is adding like a pop up when you claim. Hey, please use OTC, and at least warns them or tells them about it in the Discord. That's something we want to create. We just haven't gotten there yet. But that's on our list on our Trello board of things we want to add to at least give them the option to come back over here and hey, I got $17,000 worth of power I would like to sell. Would be great if they did it in over the counter, and it's open.
All right. Is that done through just creating a ticket or?
Yep. So we have an over the counter request at the very, very top of the Discord.
Okay.
All they have to do is click in it. It's a safe. If people don't know this, tickets are safe between you and only the team. No one else can see it. It's completely private. So you put in your wallet there. It goes through a escrow, is what we call it. You send it to Cut. Cut then sends you tokens once he receives your tokens, and then he sends you money from the treasury. It's completely between you and the protocol, not me, right? It's not me or Shadow going, hey, send me your 4,000 tokens. I might get you some tokens back, right? No, it's done through Cut, who has access to the treasury.
Got it.
Alrighty.
All right. Well, appreciate it again, guys. You guys are kicking ass, and keep up the hard work. Appreciate it.
Crypto, thank you for coming up and good questions. All right, well, that's all I got for today, guys. I know it wasn't a whole lot, but actually it turned into some really good questions. I'm sorry I didn't get to see all the AMA questions. Dinho, I see your questions, and I'll try to answer you in the AMA questions. But that's all I have. I hope you guys have a great weekend. Anybody else? Poll. I see we lost Ronin. Dabs, Shadow, you guys have anything to sign off?
No, everyone have a good Sunday, I guess, and take care.
Enjoy your weekend, guys.
Yeah, take care of you and enjoy.
All right. Thank you guys. We'll see you guys
Peace.
in the chat and see you next 2 weeks for the next AMA. Thank you.
Bye.